What's up? You are tuned into Rappers Playing Games, aka RPG. Today's guest is the elephant in the room.
Yo.
And we're going to be playing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Hey.
Smash that two-player start.
Boom.
Oh, dang, I haven't played two-player on this, I don't think, since I was like 10.
Man. Hey, I'm going Green Ranger. You got to.
Oh, yeah, you do. Man, Tommy.
Tommy, dude.
What? How come half my people, when I tried to pick...
Oh, wait, what happened?
You picked Green Ranger.
Oh,
no, it's okay.
Oh, okay.
I want to be a gold. I'm going to be Goldar.
I don't remember Goldar.
Goldar is one of Rita Repulsa's minions. She's his, like, right-hand man.
Oh, I remember that, dude.
So I think we fight each other.
Okay, alright, let's go for it.
So, apparently only two buttons work.
I guess
Looks like there's just two types of attacks, and then you press up to jump.
Oh, it's up, okay.
Probably back to block, yeah. Ooh, found a little move there. Yeah, man, so you just put out a new project.
I did. I put out two new projects, actually. I put a new project out in March called Fucking Fuck Fuck Fuck.
Fucking Fuck Fuck Fuck?
Yes. And then I put another project out in June that was called Shit Bangs Bruh. I don't know why I'm always cursing in my projects. It's like, especially when I put it on Apple Music, there's just like big asterisks on them.
Oh yeah, did the streaming services just put asterisks on them?
So only Apple Music did, but Spotify lets it rad.
Really?
So I mess with that, yeah.
Spotify tipper.
Yeah, I like Spotify.
Why'd you call it that?
So a lot of things. So around the time I was making that album, so I produce all my own stuff too. And around the time that I was making that album, I was going through a breakup actually, and then also at the same time the company that I was working at got acquired, so then I was like out of a job for 2 months.
Oh shit.
And so there's that frustration of both of those things happening, and then also at the same time, it's just like that kind of like realization when you first come into the game and like are an artist for the first time. Oh, here we go. What's going on here? Oh.
You Green Ranger 1, look at how angry I am.
I'm fist pumping. Alright.
You are. So you had a 1-2 punch of coming out of a relationship and losing a job at the same time?
Exactly. And then it was not only that, but then also that frustration of just like when you first are an artist and like you want things to move faster than what is honestly realistic. And it's all of that frustration mixed together with also the fact that fuck is honestly my favorite word. I actually had that realization before I made the album. It was really weird. Like I was in an Uber with one of my best friends, and he randomly asked me like what my favorite word was, and I really had to think about that, and then I said fuck. And like I remember the Uber driver laughing, and then he was like, why? And it's because honestly it can be used to explain in the most extreme fashion every really like extreme emotion. When you talk about like joy and ecstasy, you can use the word fuck. Or like if you're extremely angry, you can use the word fuck. It's such a powerful word, and I wanted to like capture all of those things. And if you really listen to the album, you listen to like the production on it, it's really hard and it's really heavy, and it just fits perfectly. I was just like, you know what, this is how I'm feeling. It's called Fucking Fuck Fuck Fuck, and it's a quick seven track album, and it just happened to be exactly what I needed to do.
That's amazing. It's your therapy.
Exactly, yeah.
What came first, producing or rapping?
Oh, rapping for sure. I mean, really just like writing, honestly. At heart, I would consider myself a songwriter. Like, that's what I do. I just love hip-hop the most. That happens to be my favorite genre. Naturally, as a songwriter, that's what I'm mostly writing is hip-hop songs. Definitely, like classic rock is probably my second favorite genre, so there's a lot of influences there that are in there.
When you say classic rock, what
the Beatles are my shit. Like
they're amazing.
As far as just like top 2 influences in the world, it's Kanye West and the Beatles.
I love that.
By far, it's not even close. And then maybe like Bright Eyes and St. Vincent, but like right after that. All right, I'll choose someone else this time.
I'm gonna be a ranger this time.
All right, I'll be a villain. I can't even see who they are. All
right, they have like these little sprites are adorable, honestly.
All right, I'm going Megazord.
Sweet. Oh, that means I can only fight as a big person. That's what I take off.
Okay.
No, be Megazord. I'm gonna be Cyclopsis.
Hey, let's get it. I think I remember. Is this where like their main headquarters was? Or was this like where the villain's headquarters was?
This is the villain's headquarters.
Oh yeah.
I love this.
Did you watch the show as a kid?
Oh yeah, I was there for the premiere. Like,
wait, premiere of the TV show?
Yeah, like the original Power Rangers. Like, I was watching Fox Kids after school with my friends, and they would start teasing it and being like, "Come!" We started seeing the trailers for it.
Interesting.
And I remember the first episode was the one where they fought the big pig, and I came home after school and went to my friend's house and we watched it, the premiere together. No. And then we would watch it like every day after school and keep up with it.
That's awesome. I always wonder what Bulk and Skull are doing. Like, what are those two guys doing right now? It's kind of legendary.
I hope that they're living off of royalties. That's what I want for them. How do you, when you went into the, I just did a cool little move there, I don't know why I did it. When you go into that, like the theme of the album, I've asked other people this too, but I'm always curious. Do you find that the album tells you what it's about after you've written the songs, or the other way around?
Definitely. Well, actually, that's an interesting thing. So I think like I'll write a few songs knowing that I'm in like project mode, with no like set theme really to them as I'm making them, and then the theme kind of finds itself, and then usually like the second half of my tracks are a little bit more like I know a theme that I'm hitting towards.
Right.
So I'll kind of base my writing a little more around that. But in the beginning, it's all exploratory, and I just let whatever my music is trying to tell me, I'll let that take place, and then I'll just like write that out. A lot of times I make my beats first before I start writing my songs. Like, I never just write lyrics. I used to do that. I used to just like write lyrics all the time.
Did you just write them a cappella, or did
I would just write them a cappella, and then when I'd find a beat that kind of fit it, I would put that over it. But now I usually make my instrumentals first, because usually that's the most telling of what I'm really feeling. Mm-hmm. It somehow captures the subconscious emotion that maybe I'm even trying to ignore, and it helps me write the most truest version of the song, or whatever I am feeling or thinking or going through at the moment.
Really like the idea of being able to kind of experiment with sounds before having to commit to words.
It changed the way that I view and the way that I do music forever. Like, before 2016, I had never produced a track in my life. I used to just write tracks to like YouTube beats that I would rip illegally. Yeah. And like that was what I did.
That's just beat jacking culture. That's been around forever.
Seriously, like that's how I like learned to write music and learned to write songs. It was all like practice basically for me. And then when I finally started producing, like a lot of the stuff was very jagged, and like even when I listen to some of my early work, it's still like the beats sound a little jagged, but it just takes continuing to do it and figuring out your own way. Like, a lot of people are really shocked whenever I tell them that I make all my beats on GarageBand.
Whoa. Like, I'm shocked.
What's funny is like I don't use any of like the GarageBand sounds. Like, I have a microchord synthesizer, and I have a piano, and I'll play like bass with the piano or bass with the synthesizer, and then I'll use GarageBand's little filters or whatever to add distortion sometimes to a piano to make it sound like a guitar. So if you hear a song that I have that sounds like it has a guitar on it, it's probably just me playing the piano with a distortion on it.
Nice.
But yeah, just like finding ways to produce on there, and then what I'll do is I'll take it to the studio, and then I'll have them mix and master it for me, because that's not my thing.
It's a totally different skill set.
Yeah, definitely. And that's something that I know. I mean, I've tried to sit down for like hours and learn, and like I feel like I learned like a small amount of it. I just need to get better at just like continually trying to teach myself, and probably investing in something like Pro Tools would be helpful.
Mm-hmm. And YouTube's your best friend too.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's basically how I learned how to play piano. How I learned how to play chords.
Oh really?
All of that stuff is through YouTube. Yeah.
By the way, this is an iconic fight.
Oh yeah.
Jason is the one who confronted Tommy when he was eventually captured.
Oh yeah. Oh man. So when you were a kid, were you Tommy or a Jason guy?
I was Tommy, but I think I mostly honestly liked the Blue Ranger.
Oh really?
Yeah.
My brother was that way too.
Billy.
Yeah, Billy.
Because I liked the blue suit more than the red one, and also he was like the nerdy one.
So
I identified with that.
Did you eat blue candy over red candy?
Oh,
like
yeah.
Blueberry, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, I just can't get down with that. I
I
never
like
understood that.
I like to joke that 90s kids are the only generation that knows what the color blue tastes like. I want to talk about your lyricism because you're one of my favorite lyricists.
Thanks, man.
I think that you're like, I'm a fan of that real spitting and like that real like.
Me too.
How do these, technically, like how many syllables are you rhyming and how is your,
Yeah.
And I think part of that is also, let's make this the same topic. I want to talk about your influences that extend behind hip hop and how what you saw in hip hop, because for me it was very much like almost this kung fu training of like get really good at being able to, like a combo in a video game,
I mean, honestly, we'll take it back to Eminem. It was Eminem who really introduced me to hip hop, like who really, really got me into hip hop. I mean, think about like when My Name Is came out in 1999, I was 9 years old. I remember my mom got me a copy, having no idea what kind of content was on this thing. She got me a copy of the Marshall Mathers LP, and I guess that came out in 2000. So
Whoa, she bought you.
I was 10 years old, but it was
amazing.
It was the edited version. It was from Walmart, so like it was a lot of in between, but like it was just amazing to me, and I would listen to it over and over. We took these trips every summer to Ohio, and my dad would we'd drive there. It's like a 19-hour trip, and that whole trip I'm basically listening to the Marshall Mathers LP back to back over and over, and I can probably recite that album from front to back because I've listened to it so much, and I think that's a huge part of why just in my head, like very deep in my subconscious, like rhyming is just there. It's just there because I've listened to Eminem so many times, and like I attribute him to like being the reason that I can flow the way that I can, or I write the way that I write, or I want to rhyme the way that I do want to rhyme, is because of him. I wasn't a big fan of his recent project, but that doesn't take away from anything that he's already given me. Like as far as I'm concerned, like he's a legend forever, Yeah.
So what other lyrical, I mean,
for me, Kanye West. Kanye West taught me vulnerability in music. Like, he was the first rapper that I heard, he's like, you think about the biggest rappers right before him, Eminem and 50 Cent, and, a lot of their content is based on, like, very, like, a lot of masculinity, very, very strong. A lot of these dudes, they're talking about killing people, and a lot of times, when Eminem's saying that, it's probably, he's just kind of joking or whatever. But still, like, it was just a very certain type of rap. And then all of a sudden, Kanye West comes in, and he's like, I'm so self-conscious. That's why you always see me with at least one of my watches. And, like, it's just, like, this guy who's just, like, being vulnerable and, like, talking about the things that are making him self-conscious. And, like, also at the same time, like, having the most self-confidence that I've ever seen anybody have. And it made me be like, well, yeah, why doesn't everybody just believe in themselves that much? Like a lot of people are just like, how dare he believe in himself that much? But like, oh man, and I mean, I know there's a lot of people who have a lot of things to say about how he is now, and I do too, but that 2004 Kanye coming out as a college dropout, that changed my life for sure. Like, a lot of my performance inspiration has actually been since I moved to Austin and just going to shows. I go to hella shows, like not just hip-hop shows, like I go to all kinds of shows pretty much every single weekend, and just like I get inspired by every performer that I see. I mean, there could be something about them, even if I don't like the performance, it's just like, oh, okay, well, this kind of looks dumb on stage, so I'm not going to do that.
Right.
Or like if it's really good, like it could be anything. Like I get inspired by people all the time.
Well, that's something I really like about you that I do feel shows in your music is you just have a studious approach. Like that's being open to being inspired by many things, and even the things that aren't your favorite, learning from.
Exactly.
What's an Austin band that you would recommend to people?
Go Fever for sure. Shouts to them. I mean, as far as like rap, hip hop is concerned, Frank P was one of my favorites when I first came out here.
Frank P is amazing.
That energy. Square is probably, in my opinion, like one of the best rappers in Austin.
I think he's
why
I
I had
think
him.
he's one of the best rappers.
Like, easily, which is really why I wanted him on my project, my last project, because like I was like, if there's anybody that I want to rap back and forth with, it's Square. And so I got the opportunity to do that, and it was awesome. That song is one of my favorite songs on that album.
I love that. I love when you can like respect someone too and think they're amazing and just do it because you love doing it. Like and not be like, oh shit, what if this person just kills me?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, who cares? They're awesome.
Oh yeah. Okay, so like I've said that even before I made that song with him. I was like, okay, if there's one awesome rapper that kind of puts a little bit of nervousness in me when I'm gonna rap with them, it's like, because usually if I rap with anybody, I'll be like, I know that I can deliver a really good verse and it's gonna be really, really good.
Right.
And I'm probably not gonna get washed on it. Humble flex. But with him, I was like, I don't know, he might wash me, but it ended up being like, it ended up really being perfect.
That's awesome.
It was a
man.
great mix.
Is there anything you want to say before we're out?
Please download my album, stream it actually, please, on Spotify. It's called Fucking Fuck Fuck Fuck. Once again, I go by the Elephant in the Room. You can find it on Spotify, you can find it on Apple Music, you can find it on SoundCloud, you can find it on Bandcamp, you can find it on YouTube, wherever you get music, you can find it on there.
Sweet, dude. Thanks for coming by.
Dude, thank you so much.
Yeah,
I really
dude.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Fucking fuck. Ay, I'm trying to get lost in this bitch. That line think I crossed it a bit. My mind think I lost it a bit. Fuck. Ay, feeling like whiskey my diet. Feel like the feeling inside is getting stronger and harder to fight it. Fuck. Fucking fuck.